Hello, and welcome back to Home Design. Come on in, find a comfortable seat. If you've been here before, it's so lovely to have you back. And if you're new, a special welcome. Today, I am truly thrilled to share something deeply personal. This is more than just a garden tour. This is a tour of my sanctuary, my place of breath, my modern farmhouse backyard. We've nurtured this space from a concept, a feeling, really, into a living, breathing extension of our home. The guiding star for every single decision, from the largest slab of stone to the tiniest seed, was a single, powerful dichotomy: the clean, serene calm of minimalism, married intimately with the deep, soulful, inviting warmth of cozy farmhouse charm. We set out to build not just a backyard, but a genuine oasis. And what better time to share it than right now, in the golden. This is the time where the garden is at its most confident, its most abundant. The late summer light is pure magic, casting long, dramatic shadows and painting everything in a warm, honeyed glow. So, consider this your personal invitation. I want you to truly experience this space with me. We'll wander through the different outdoor rooms. I'll share the design principles behind every choice, the plants that are absolutely thriving in this heat, and the little details that make it feel not just design, but truly deeply lived in. So, please settle in. Let's take a slow, detailed walk through this space together. Segment 1: The Welcome and the Overarching Philosophy. You know, when we first started this project, the backyard was, well, it was a blank canvas. And a blank canvas can be just as intimidating as it is exciting. The core philosophy I held on to from day one was this idea of considered simplicity. It's not about being sparse or cold. Minimalism, in my view, is about intentionality. It's about choosing every single element, every plant, every piece of furniture, every stone, with purpose, and then giving those elements room to breathe and truly shine. There's a sense of calm that comes from that. And that's where the cozy or the farmhouse element comes in. Cozy is all about texture, warmth, and a sense of being lived in. It's the softness of a worn-out linen cushion, the gentle flicker of flame, the roughness of a reclaimed wood beam against a smooth, modern wall. The modern farmhouse aesthetic is the perfect vessel for this because it allows for clean sightlines. That's the minimalist part, while warmly inviting you in with natural materials and a touch of rustic soul. So, as we walk through, you'll see this dance everywhere. The sleek metal of the chairs against the chunky knit throws, the precise geometry of the patio stones softened by billowing ornamental grasses, the cool gray of the walls warmed by the rich, natural stain of the cedar planters. This interplay is what makes the space feel both designed and deeply inviting, both modern and timeless. It's my personal sanctuary, and I hope it gives you a truckload of inspiration for your own. Segment 2, the layout and room zones. All right, let's talk layout. The single most important thing we did was to think of this backyard not as one big square of grass, but as a series of outdoor rooms. This is a huge trend for 2025, and honestly, it's a game changer for making a space feel both larger and more intimate. By creating defined zones, you create little moments of discovery and purpose. It makes the space so much more functional and interesting. First, we have the dining room, right off the kitchen for easy entertaining. Then, a step down is the sunken lounge area, which is all about deep conversation and relaxation. Beyond that, tucked away for a bit of privacy, is the fire pit zone, our ultimate cozy corner for autumn nights that are just around the corner. And framing it all are the garden bedrooms, which are like the living, breathing artwork of the space. The pathways between them act as the hallways guiding you through the experience. This zonal approach is especially powerful in a modern farmhouse design because it plays with scale and intimacy. The high-backed lounge furniture creates walls, the overhead pergola acts as a ceiling, and the rugs literally ground the space as a floor. Using these architectural elements outdoors makes it feel like a natural extension of your home's interior. It's not just a backyard. It's an open-air house, and each room has its own mood and function. Segment 3, the materials palette where modern meets rustic. The magic of this style truly lives in the materials. Getting this palette right was absolutely crucial. For the modern element, we leaned on clean, consistent, and man-made materials. That's the large format, smooth concrete pavers for the main patio. It's a cool gray tone that provides a neutral, calming foundation. Then there's the powder-coated black steel of the dining set and the light fixtures, sleek, simple, and timeless. Now, to counter that and bring in the warmth and rustic charm, we introduced natural and imperfect elements. This is the heart of the cozy factor. The key player here is cedar. We used it for the horizontal slat fence, which adds incredible texture and warmth to the perimeter, and for all our raised planters. We left it to weather naturally to a soft silvery gray, which complements the concrete perfectly. Then there's the chunky, irregular flagstone that defines the fire pit area, adding a more organic, grounded feel. And we can't forget the soft materials. The outdoor rug is a flat weave jute, durable, natural, and instantly cozy. The cushions are all in linen and cotton blends in neutral tones. The beauty of this limited material palette is that everything talks to each other. Nothing fights for attention. The wood softens the concrete, the steel defines the lines, and the textiles make you want to sink in and stay a while. It's a harmonious, sensory experience. Segment 4, the planting scheme, August's bounty. Now, let's get into my favorite part, the plants. A minimalist garden doesn't mean only 5 types of plants. It means a thoughtful, restricted palette that creates rhythm and repetition. For August, the garden is in its full, glorious, late summer crescendo, and the design is really paying off. The color scheme is predominantly green, white, and soft lavender with punches of deep purple and architectural interest. The stars of the show right now are the Russian sage. Its hazy lavender blue spires are just clouds of color and texture, and the bees are absolutely obsessed with it. It's drought tolerant once established, which is key for late summer. Then we have the Annabelle hydrangeas. Their massive, bright white flower heads are like moons glowing in the garden, especially in the evening. They provide such a classic, lush feel. For height and drama, the Carl Forster feather reed grass is unparalleled. It's vertical. Wheat-like seed heads are catching the light beautifully and moving with the wind. And for that cozy farmhouse cottage feel, I've let catmint spill over the edges of the pathways. It's a much better behaved alternative to lavender for my climate. And of course, no modern farmhouse garden is complete with boxwood hedges. They provide the year-round structure and clean, green geometry that anchors all the billowy perennials. This combination is low maintenance, deer resistant, and provides interest from spring all the way through the frost. Segment 5, the cozy factor, lighting and textiles. If plants are the soul of the garden, lighting is undoubtedly its magic. As the sun sets, this is when our backyard oasis truly transforms. This is where the cozy dial gets turned up to 11. We've layered our lighting just like you would indoors, and it makes all the difference. It's not about one bright overhead light. It's about creating a warm, inviting glow with pools of light and shadow. The first layer is ambient lighting. That's these Edison bulb string lights crisscrossing over the dining area. They create a beautiful, festive canopy that's just bright enough to see by, but soft enough to be romantic. The second layer is task lighting. We have small, integrated LED lights on the steps for safety and subtle path lights to guide the way. The third and most important layer for atmosphere is accent lighting. This is the fire pit, which is the literal and figurative heart of the space. It provides flickering, dynamic light and warmth. Then we have solar-powered lanterns with warm white LEDs placed on side tables, casting a soft, intimate light. And you cannot create coziness without touchable textures. As the evening air gets cooler, that's where the textiles come in. I have a basket full of chunky knit blankets and throws right by the fire pit. The outdoor cushions are deep and plush. This invitation to get comfortable, to wrap yourself in a blanket, to linger, that's the essence of Hig. That's what makes the space feel not just designed, but loved and lived in. It's these elements that encourage you to stay outside and watch the stars come out. Segment 6. Fresh Ideas and DIY Elements. Now, let's talk about some of the unique features and DIY projects that give this space its personal character. Every garden should have elements that tell your story. One of my favorite projects is our DIY recirculating water feature. It's simply a large glazed ceramic pot with a small submersible pump inside. The water bubbles up gently and spills over the sides into a hidden reservoir of rocks below. The sound is incredibly calming. It instantly masks any neighborhood noise and creates a serene, meditative atmosphere. It's minimalist in form, but maximum in impact. Another idea I'm loving is our vertical herb garden. It's mounted right on the fence next to the dining area. It's made from a simple pallet, stained to match the cedar, with lined planters attached. Having fresh thyme, rosemary, mint, and basil just an arm's reach away while you're cooking or dining al fresco is not only convenient, it's a beautiful living sculpture. It adds fragrance and a beautiful, practical texture to the vertical plane. And finally, don't be afraid to repurpose items. That old weathered ladder. It's perfect for displaying a collection of potted succulents. That chipped enamelware pitcher. It's a gorgeous vase for cut zinnias from the garden. These are the things that add soul and history. They prevent the minimalist aesthetic from feeling too new or sterile. They're conversation starters and personal treasures that make the space uniquely yours. Segment 7, 2025 Gardening Tips. Since we're here in the peak of August, I want to share a few timely tips that are super relevant right now. The garden is putting on its final big show before autumn, and it needs a little support. First and foremost, hydration, and hydration-smart practices. The heat can be intense. Watering deeply and less frequently is better than a daily sprinkle. I water at the base of the plants early in the morning to minimize evaporation and prevent fungal diseases. A good layer of mulch is absolutely essential to retain that moisture and keep the roots cool. My second big tip for August is deadheading. This is the process of snipping off spent flowers. For many plants like my coneflowers, dahlias, and these geraniums, deadheading encourages them to put energy into producing more blooms instead of going to seed. It can extend your flowering season right into fall. It's also a great way to just spend some quiet time in the garden, connecting with your plants and seeing what's going on up close. And third, think about late-season planting and planning. August is the perfect time to start ordering spring flowering bulbs like tulips, daffodils, and alliums. It feels crazy to think about spring when we're in the summer heat, but you need to get them in the ground in the fall. It's also a great time to plant perennials and shrubs. The warm soil encourages strong root growth to establish them before winter. So enjoy the current bounty, but also be a forward-thinking gardener. Your spring self will thank you profusely. And that brings us full circle, back to this moment right here. As the day winds down and this space begins to hum with the soft energy of the evening, I hope you've been able to feel the intention behind it all. From the overarching philosophy of considered simplicity, right down to the choice of a single, spilling plant, or the texture of a throw blanket, every element was a conversation between modern clarity and rustic comfort. This space, for me, is the physical manifestation of a deep breath, a place where the day's noise fades away, and you're left with nothing but the chirping of crickets, the soft murmur of conversation, and the gentle crackle of the fire. It's my greatest hope that this tour did more than just show you a pretty garden. I hope it sparked an idea, a feeling, a little flicker of inspiration for your own corner of the world. Because your space should tell your story. It should be a reflection of what brings you peace and what sparks your joy. You don't need a vast estate. You can apply these principles of zoning, textural layering, and intentional lighting to a balcony, a tiny patio, or a modest courtyard. Start with one pot, one comfortable chair, one string of lights. Build your oasis one cozy, intentional moment at a time. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for your time, for your attention, for sharing this quiet moment in my garden with me. This space was built for connection, connection with nature, with loved ones, and with oneself, and the fact that I get to connect with you through it is the greatest gift of all. If this resonated with you, I would be so honored if you'd share your own thoughts, your projects, or your favorite part of the tour in the comments below. Your ideas inspire me endlessly. If you'd like to join me for the next chapter of design and cozy creations, please consider subscribing. But most importantly, wherever you are, I hope you find a moment to step outside, breathe deeply, and find a little piece of your own oasis today. Take care, my friends.